by the time that's okay. So, Tavis was talking about Nas. So this past year, I've been spending my time. I've been at Harvard, there, the Southern boy up there, studying at the Hip Hop Archive, on a fellowship that's endowed for Nas. So it's the Nasir Jones Fellowship. Hip hop is a big part of, my life, because I grew up with hip hop, like hip hop, and so.
Boom bap.
Yes, boom bap. All the elements. When it was balanced to what's going on, and so it's interesting that the young kids, they all, they talk about bars. You got bars, son. Bars, son. Bars, son. It's interesting. It's kind of interesting thing because if and so for all those folks who love hip hop, who remember hip hop, who grew up with hip hop, for my MCs in the building like Bugsy back there. I did this poem, and it's just a way to have a conversation with folks about hip hop, and it tells a very particular story that if you listen to hip hop, you'll understand where this story came from. So we're gonna start to wrap this thing up. I gotta figure out what poem we're gonna do last now. Actually, I know what poem we're gonna do last. So, all right. I fell asleep with the sound of Nas's Illmatic playing in the background. And as I drifted off, the words started to overcome my slumber. Before you know it, I was walking down the block. I saw this kid at the bus stop. We started talking about hip-hop, and I felt like I was Nas in the Park with Shorty Doo-Wop. He telling me he rhymes, so I asked him what he rhymed about, and I listened to the words that he give me about his mouth, the rims he want to have, the cars he want to push, the girls he want to date, how he smoke on Purple Kush, the money he gonna make and his fame up in the industry. So I asked him, if you make it, are you still gonna remember me? He said maybe, so I laughed at little dude. He said, I'll let you get some ad-libs, maybe rock an interlude. He said that black card, yeah, he had to have it. I said, you can't define a man by a piece of plastic. Cause Cat Stacey Augman thinking they running rebels, being played by a shark, happy to ice their bezels if they never realize they playing for a devil. So you set your sights higher and never ever settle. So you gotta be a hip hop head and a basketball head to know that UNLV, they were called the Running Rebels. There was a player called Plastic Man. His name was Stacey Augman. Never mind. Little kid say, yo man, that's alright. I said, okay, I said, how you do, old man? He was like, where your bars at? I said, where my bars at? I said, I don't do illusions, I don't do the parlor tricks. You vote those bastards relevant, I say F the politics. Rebellion on my vocal cords and fire on my tongue, I ride on these pages until they all come undone. I write like young Stokely, so when I hit a stage, a change is on the way, lyrics Kwame Ture, power in the shadows in the absence of light. I know black power, I only write at midnight. Look into my eyes and my frowns suggest tension. I put text on the track for your reading comprehension. I deliver rainbows for souls that are hurting. Swagger Jesse Jackson, purpose LeVar Burton. Ask me if I'm ready, I'll tell you for certain. Especially when I know I really put the work in. Every day is preparation, dreaming is rehearsing, and when I sleep it means me and God is conversing. I said, are you afraid to win or are you afraid to lose? Are you afraid to accept responsibility or are you afraid to choose? I seen people tie the noose and climb up the tree rather than be the person they're supposed to be. Now that's strange fruit. Where you'd rather live the lie than learn the truth. I can look in your eyes and see you don't want it. I can listen to you speak and see you ain't ready. And I'm watching you write, you can't even hold a pen steady. What, you nervous? That you might win and have to actually walk in your purpose. See, you see a mountain, I see a molehill. You acting like it's insurmountable, but didn't Moses find God at the top of that peak? He got a deal. God produced 10 tracks. He returned to the people with a classic. Rock them jams, got distribution. That means your grind is your climb, so tell me what you've been doing. If your dream's over there, you standing right here, the only barrier to your progress is fear. Oh, I get it. You in the studio pounding out tracks, but that ain't the way to beat the machine. John Henry died like that. What's your stage show like? What's your concepts worth? What's your business sense like? Where's the variety in your verse? You might as well stand on the sideline and watch us work. Watch us go after it and silently wait. Watch us succeed and silently hate. You playing. I'm trying to feel what you're talking about, but I can't grasp what you're saying. So you don't seem to understand we can't waste any time because there's promise waiting for us at the finish line. I said, I see, I understand, because I was the hero whenever I touched the mic. And now they call me a menace like I'm the Dark Knight. For calling out frustration that all of us have pent. The game's got two faces, the industry's Harvey Dent.
Let's go!
Sorry.
Them cats hung over and they videos are proof they drunk off the hype, they left their soul on the roof. The game's under attack, nobody bothered to warn us, cause all they want to argue is them twins from Transformers. I'm talking about the game and how we can transform it. Sharpening up my pen, tightening my delivery, giving you these sun rays and metaphors and similes, so marvel at the sight and how it shines so vividly. I embody the definition of greatness. You wait on me to lose, that's a late list. Your chances real thin, I don't think that you'll make this. Stuck on my words, I got a great lisp. Tell me your significance and really make it matter, because right now you're sounding like a natural disaster. Divine intervention, God tried to warn you. Mother Nature ashamed, she tried to abort you.
What?
Dumb bastard, no daddy to support you. He knew you were worthless, so he chose to ignore you. I guess he realized that you would never shine. Now that's forward thinking, ahead of his time. Now tell me, does that make him a deadbeat, or is that what happened when my verse is complete in order for support, but ain't nobody paying attention to that silly bullshit that you're saying? So tell me, when you find yourself in the bar popping balls beside people you don't know, all because the label told you so, you tell me what them bars like. When you realize that street life got you leading a life that you never understood, now you in the midst of situations you can't handle and it's not all good. Now you're looking in your mother's eyes and she crying because you stuck behind walls of concrete. You tell me what them bars like.
Oh! Wow.
When you realize that the standard has been set too high and you don't know how to reach because you never bothered to learn what we was trying to teach, you tell me what that bar like. You tell me what your bar's like. You tell me what your bar's like.
Oh, I've never hated you more.
That's what I do, all right. Yeah, that's what we do. We get on time. Y'all all right? I don't want to be here and talking to y'all to death.
No, we're good.
Ain't trying to listen to the poem. Talk to everybody else. Y'all good? Okay, that was important. Wait, no poem. No. It's not for y'all.
Right. We'll be all right.